The SIG P365. Here's our follow-up video. So we're back out at Fowler's Home on the Range today. Got the P365 with us. We're going to do a follow-up video with what we've seen with our results on the P365. Last week when we shot it, we only put about 80 rounds through it and gave you our first impressions, which were really positive. But we wanted to follow up and let you know, with a few hundred rounds through it, what we've experienced. Last Saturday, I came out to the range. Weather was not all that great, so we didn't get much filming done, but I did run about 400 rounds through the 365. There has been some video on YouTube of people having problems with their 365 in their initial 1,000 rounds of ammunition that they put through the gun, and I wanted to see what kind of experience I had with this. So put about 450 rounds through it on Saturday, and overall had very few malfunctions, but I did have some. When I started out, I was shooting Ammo Valley 124 grain round nose remanufactured ammo, and that seemed to run fairly well. Then I switched to Freedom 115 grain round nose new, and that's when I experienced a few hiccups here and there. One of the things that I did have a consistent issue with was the slide locking, not locking back on the gun, and failure to go into battery, which also resulted in light primer strikes. What we have found, or what I think we have found, and Jamie and Dave are in agreement with this, is we're very positive that for myself, I have a tendency on this gun to let my thumb ride along this slide. In fact, I don't know that if it's going to show up on video, and I'll try to get a little bit closer picture, but there's a distinctive line right here above the slide release and the lock lever that you can tell where something has been rubbing. Well, the only thing that can rub there is my thumb. And we believe that that resistance of my thumb is what was causing the failure to go into battery and the light primer strikes, also as a result of the gun not fully going into battery. We think what was happening is the gun could come back just enough out of battery that would still allow the trigger to fire, but that distance would cause a light primer strike. You'll hear from Jamie in a little bit when we go outside, but he took this gun home with him, and he's put about 200 rounds on his own through the 365 and had 100% success. He did not have any out of battery issues. He did not have any slide lock issues. He did not experience one hiccup with this gun. He ran both 115 grain Winchester white box as well as 124 grain American Eagle, and never had a problem. Earlier today, Dave took it out with a customer, and they both ran 40, 50 rounds through it, and they did not experience any issues at all with this gun. So I've experienced issues and they have not. We believe everything has to do not with the gun itself, but my position when I'm firing. I have big hands. I wear double XL gloves. I have big mitts, and I think my thumb is riding enough on that slide to give resistance, and this gun is not going into battery. So that was my experience. When I switched back to the Ammo Valley 124 grain, I did not have any of the issues like I had with the 115 grain, other than the slide lock back, except in one magazine. And this was weird. Again, this could be that one magazine. I was just giving a little more pressure with my thumb. I had 3 consecutive failure to go into battery after firing a round out of the same magazine. Outside of that one magazine in the 124 grain Ammo Valley, I did not have one hiccup on 200 and some rounds that day. So and I never had a hiccup. I fired 100 rounds, 50 with my strong hand, 50 with my weak hand. Never one issue whatsoever in 100 straight rounds with that. So I think all indications are my grip is causing the issues that we're seeing with the gun. So we're going to head out to the range, and we're going to put a few more rounds through it, give some more thoughts. We're going to hear from Dave, we're going to hear from Jamie, what they think of the 365 and what they've experienced as they put more rounds through it. So let's head out to the range and see what they have to say.
So as we covered earlier in the first video, to me that's real mild recoil impulse for such a small gun. The thing you got to be aware of with a smaller gun, especially somebody like myself with long digits, is it's real easy to ride that slide lock and keep it from locking back on the last round. It's also very easy to bump it inadvertently during recoil and lock it back premature. So you got to make double concentrated effort. That I even put my thumb out there so I'm not near that slide lock or slide release, however you want to refer to it. The other thing you got to be wary of with these smaller guns is they have pretty stiff recoil springs, because that's, I mean, you're shooting a 9mm round in such a small gun, so they're pretty stiff. So if you put a magazine in loaded on a closed slide and you go to chamber one with a slingshot method, you have to make sure that you pull that all the way back and slingshot it forward to chamber that round. Now, it could be because it's a new gun, but I think it's the stiff recoil spring. You just got to make sure that you run the gun like it should be ran. And I've shot over 200 rounds through this gun so far of various ammo from Winchester White Box, some Freedom, Federal brass, cheap brass ammo, and Ammo Valley, and I've had zero malfunctions, zero failures to go into battery. So I'm really digging it, and I think it's going to be a great gun. You just got to be wary of the small gun and the small controls, especially if you have long fingers like me.
SIG 365, we're going to shoot some, we've got a variety of ammo. This time it's the Winchester Silvertip self-defense ammo. We're going to see how that runs through it. So far, I got to be honest, I'm in love with this little gun. Let's see how it goes. You'll notice my grip is 180 degrees different than most people. I have a really low grip. I choke up on the gun, but then I take everything away from the slide. See how it works. Okay, you can see it's not going into battery. Try a different ammo, see if it's the ammo or what the deal is.
All right, so we just tried the Winchester Silvertip. I'm going to try it just for kicks and giggles to see if I experience the same failures to go into battery. And I did not.
There you have it. I don't know. Maybe a little tighter grip that time than the last time. With a small gun like that, it's real imperative that you have a tight grip on it. It's going to rock in your hand if you aren't careful. If it rocks in your hand, it takes away the inertia that the slide has.
Which gives credence to the stiff recoil spring.
Yep.
And if you don't have a base platform for that gun to operate off of, it's not going to go into battery.
That's all together a piece of the pie. So
if you got a...
Jamie's grip might be tighter than mine, and that's why it isn't failing for him. Wow. I don't see any problem there. And this is Freedom Valley?
Ammo Valley.
Ammo Valley.
124 grain round nose remanufactured.
Works real well.
wanted to shoot the plate rack. I'm still getting used to this little gun, so I'm not going to blaze through it. I just want to make sure I get my hits. But 10 yards, I guess those are 6-inch or 8-inch plates. 10 yards with a little micro compact gun. That's pretty good.
Which ammo we got in it this time? That's Freedom munitions.
This is Freedom 115. Pull on the last one, but still, that's a great little gun. I'm just really surprised at that recoil impulse, how little it is for such a small gun. But 10 yards, plate rack with a little bitty micro pistol, that's pretty impressive to me.
All right, I'm going to shoot a mag of the Freedom 115. As I mentioned earlier in the video, this is the round that gave me a lot of problems. Not a lot of problems, gave me some problems on Saturday. And I think we're kind of identifying that maybe my grip's enough different with this gun that I may have introduced some of the issues. So let's see how this magazine does for me. Seemed to run fine that time.
You can hear the Freedom ring.
See how this Fiocchi runs. One miss. Fiocchi ran good in it. Getting pretty black in there. But we'll keep running it and see what we get.
I got some Fiocchi 115 grain, and I'm going to see how this magazine runs for me. All right, is this me riding the slide lock again? Got a slide lock back, but I've still got a round in the magazine. Press the slide lock, it did not go into battery. Nice little flinch. That time the slide did not lock back. So, I don't know, is it my grip? Jamie, as he discussed, he ran this for over 200 rounds. Not one issue until this last magazine of Fiocchi was his very first issue. I've had some slide issues. Is it my grip? Am I causing that? I very well may be. It's hard to say. Why am I having some issues and Jamie's not? The only difference is the operator. So, we just got back inside from being out on the range, and as you saw in the videos, we had a couple hiccups. Now, Jamie experienced his first malfunction in the gun, and he admits that he could feel his thumb riding that slide when he had that failure to go into battery. I think we'll see with Dave's failure to go into battery, if we watch the video, there might have been something, could be his trigger finger riding the slide. All three of us, Dave, Jamie, and I, we all shoot IDPA. And the biggest thing that we learn in IDPA is when we are not engaging a target, our fingers are up on this slide. So it is very possible, we didn't see it up from Dave's side, the right side of the gun, but his finger might have been riding that slide. So we did have some issues. But I think we are all in agreement, Jamie, Dave, and I, that it's not the gun, it's us. Now, it's a small gun. We all have large hands. It's a lot of hand to try to fit around this small gun. We think that we are causing the issues that this gun is experiencing. And what we need to do is we just need to spend more time firing this gun. We need to get more practice with it. We need to get more comfortable with it. This gun now has somewhere around 800 rounds through it. Probably overall malfunctions, minus the slide locks, if we call the battery issues, and the light primer strikes, a dozen, maybe 15. Is that percentage acceptable? That's got to be your call. We feel, though, the gun is not the issue. It has to do with the mechanics of how you're handling the gun. That's been our experience. Overall, you heard it from Dave, you heard it from Jamie. We are very, and you're going to hear it from me, we're very happy with this gun. We like the way it shoots, we like the way it points. The recoil is extremely manageable. It is extremely comfortable in the hand, but we have to, especially myself, because I'm the one who's experienced the most problems, we really have to make sure that we're focusing on our grip and getting good sound mechanics when we're handling this gun. So we're going to continue to test this. We're going to put more rounds through it. We'll give an update here probably in a few weeks, let you know how we're doing. We're going to give this gun a thorough cleaning, lube it up, see what kind of issues that may resolve. If you look, we can't really see this well on camera, but it is dirty in here, really, really dirty. So we're going to give it a good cleaning, get it lubed up, and we'll get more time on the range, and we'll follow up here in a couple weeks, let you know our experience with it. If anything major does come up, we'll report back. But for right now, overall, we're real happy with the SIG P365. I think if you decide to pick one up, you're going to be very happy with it. Our recommendation, though, is get familiar with the gun, put a lot of rounds through it, make sure you're comfortable, make sure that you have good sound mechanics, and hopefully that will solve the problems that we're experiencing. So thanks for watching. Thank you for the support on the first video. We really appreciate all the views and the thumbs up that we received. We can't thank you enough for that support. That's what made us come back and do another video. If you like what we're doing, subscribe to our channel, and we'd love to produce more of these. If you like what we're doing, let us know where we can improve. Let us know what you'd like to see. If there's a gun that you would like us to review, maybe we have access to it, and we can do that. I know I heard a lot of feedback that you liked the 3-person reviews, that you got multiple responses from people to hear their impressions of the gun. So if this is something you like, let us know. We'll continue to do it. Have a great day. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.